Councilman Greg Landsman, and these are some of my favorite places in Cincinnati. Day 2, we are starting off in OTR. I picked up boxing 6 years ago and fell in love with the sport. We have this amazing boxing community, and as a result, we've had, Olympians and professional boxers and world champs. People think about boxing and they think it's just like fights. It's really not. Boxing for me has been just a great release. Even if you spar with somebody, most of the time you're sparring in a really safe way.
How are you?
Good.
The Golden Gloves is actually a national organization. It's a national boxing tournament every year for elite level boxers. They divide the country up into franchises. So my grandfather went with Rolly Schwartz to Louisville in the 70s, and we became our own region. And until we had this gym, it was funding rec center gyms throughout the city. Now we have this home gym. The Recreation Commission has been a partner of this. Some of our kids go over there, or their kids will come over here. We are at the Newman Learning Center, which is our facility next door to the Over the Rhine Boxing Gym. This is where kids can get tutored, mentored. We feed them dinner after they train. I started being the executive director in the very beginning of 2018. I was a practicing attorney, but I had been begging for years that I would come back home if I could run the Golden Gloves. The stars and planets aligned, and the rest is history. This is the Muhammad Ali room.
This is one of the coolest rooms in Cincinnati.
He's the legend. I mean, there hasn't been anyone else that is that much of an icon, both on a societal and a boxing level.
But he fought here in the Gardens. The ring that was in the Cincinnati Gardens is next door, so we're going to get to see that.
That's a good segue.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to get in the ring. This ring was in the Cincinnati Gardens, so a ton of these special people fought in this ring, including Muhammad Ali. He liked big rings. This is a big ring. To be able to see like the campus and like the history, it's pretty remarkable. This is something that kids down here get access to. It's a hidden gem.
There's at least 50 to 60 kids on a school day.
Some of these kids have never boxed before. Some of them are actually like
national ranked
serious boxers.
Yep.
And then there are all these, adults that train with these kids, which I think is really important for kids to have like a consistent adult.
Most of the kids in here have some sort of behavior problem. The discipline and focus and energy that it burns up, a lot of the kids really have like they do a complete turnaround in regular life.
There's boxing sort of sub-communities all over Cincinnati, but they are sort of tied together.
Yes.
And, they're all rooting each other on, which is really cool.
Cincinnati's been able to produce a lot of champions.
East Skyline Restaurant is a little different, and the one in Clifton is one of my favorites. We're meeting a friend, one of my favorite people in Clifton, who is, hilarious. And I like funny people. Still in Clifton, we just had lunch at Skyline. This is an important corner for me. This is the building I lived in when I first moved to Cincinnati. Around the corner here in the basement of the building, right behind this one, is where I've done stand-up, which is something most people don't know about me. So Cincinnati has 7 hills, and Mount Adams is one of them. Great neighborhood, lots of cool restaurants, amazing views, bars, arts, culture, but it has my favorite UDF. It's like the valet UDF. Watch this.
A few minutes later.
That easy. To Sales Corner, it's really sort of right where East Walnut Hills, and Evanston meet up. There's so many things that I love about this stretch, but the to Sales Church is this big anchor and one of the most beautiful, I think, spots in the city. This is becoming one of my favorite places. For all city employees, as one of the benefits, you can get up to what I believe is 24 sessions of free therapy. I'm a big believer that everyone should have a therapist. Obviously, not everyone can get one, and that's an issue that, you know, Cincinnati should have solved a long time ago. The country should have solved a long time ago. But I have an amazing person that I'm able to talk to on a regular basis. Certainly coming out of COVID, something that we all need. One of my favorite places now. We're in Mount Washington, where my family and I live. The tattoo shop here in Mount Washington. This is one of my favorite places. I've gotten several of my tattoos here. I'm going to show you a couple. We're going to end where we started, here at City Hall. Most people can see this one, which is Believe. I got this right after the preschool promise. It was really important for me to remember that that's what was at the heart of why we were successful. This one is Never Give Up, which my daughter Maddie was learning cursive, and it was about running for city council again after I had lost, and the idea that if you believe in something, you should never give up. I have here in Hebrew, my family. On this shoulder, the passage in Torah and the Bible. Micah 6:8, which is to do justice, love mercy, walk humbly with God. Of all of the things that I really hold on to in terms of core beliefs, this is at the top of the list.
What do you like about your job?
What I like about my job, I like meeting people. I like solving problems with other people. And I like helping people.
What do you like about your kids?
They're really smart, they're really funny, and they are fun to be around.
What do you like about Cincinnati?
Oh, that's a good question. I really like that we have all these neighborhoods, and each neighborhood is really unique. All kinds of cool things to do. You never get bored in Cincinnati. It's a big city, and so it has all these big city things, but it also is small enough where you feel like you know people and you know the city really well. Like there's a familiarity. Next question.